Morning, guys. Another day. Another reason why you're not able to heal. God and your sickness, your spirituality, the spiritual level that where you're at has a direct correlation to your health. You cannot receive blessings of health if you're suffering and you're dealing with lust. You're watching pornography. You have sex before marriage. All these things have a direct correlation to how you're feeling. You think that health is just not related to anything. And if you get sick, it's just common. It's just, everybody gets sick. But how have you been doing? How has your spirituality been? How's your connection with God? Because every action has a consequence. Nobody sees it like that. Doctors don't ever look at things like that because they're not taught this way. And because they've never experienced an illness and they've never pulled out themselves out of an illness. Don't ever listen to anybody for health advice if they've never healed themselves. Why would I ever seek for advice on how to become wealthy from somebody that's broke? I'm sorry, but it makes completely no sense. The reason why lust is considered one of the worst deadly sins, ranked number 1, is because it's the easiest thing to fall for. Anybody falls for sex because it feels good, right? But how's your spirituality? How's your connection with God? Is your connection with God better than any kind of pleasure? How has your spiritual life been? Have you been sleeping around? Have you been watching pornography? And for how long have you been doing that? And you don't think that has a correlation to your health or anything around you? It's so crazy because right after you commit sin, you're going to feel the consequences right away. God is not going to put you as your favorite. God is not going to put you and move things around in your favor anymore. So you're going to face a lot of hard and trials. Because every time that you have to make a choice to either choose the devil or God, your action is going to have a direct correlation, a direct response on what you're going to receive. People don't see it this way, but lust will bring a vicious cycle of bad happenings in your life. I experienced it myself. Everybody has experienced it. They just don't see it. The reason why you're not blessed is because you're not putting faith that God will take care of you. That if you quit pornography, God will take care of you. That if you just wait for the right partner, God will bless you with the right partner. You got to show sacrifice to the Lord. You got to give sacrifice. You got to sacrifice yourself and your pleasures, which is the devil. Devil is equals to pleasures. If you sacrifice pleasure and you say no to the devil, then God will reward you for something better. It's just so crazy because this is not taught anywhere. And this is how I was able to pull myself out of a deadly illness. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. Every doctor tried every single therapy, over $200,000 in debt, in medical bills. Nothing would work until I told myself, I've tried everything. I'm going to give God a try. I've tried every single thing that the medical field can offer, holistic, Western medicine, the most cutting edge protocols. I did them. And they might seem like they get you better, but they don't. And the way that supplements and medicines and protocols and all these therapies work is that they make you better. But once you stop them, you end up worse than before you started. And that's with almost every single illness. To not even talk about how much damage these therapies can do and can be for your body. Nobody talks about it. Everybody just wants to show you a testimonial of their clinic because their clinic has so many testimonies. But this is what you got to ask yourself. How are those people after 6 months? How are those testimonials of healed clients, of healed people have been feeling after a year? Are they still healed? That's what you gotta ask yourself. What is the therapy that's gonna heal you for good, forever? So you don't have to go back and think about dealing with your health ever again. Because a health disorder, a health chronic illness is gonna be the worst thing that can happen to you. Because you have one thing, and that's your life. And if you have to play with your life, it's not worth it. It's not worth to be dealing with a migraine every day, to be dealing with dizziness, with tingling and numbness, with the inability to walk. It's not worth it. I swear you can even be in jail, but if you have your health, it's probably just as bad as being in jail. I've never been in jail, but having a health problem and being stuck in a sick body feels like damn near being in jail. You must create momentum that once you get the trigger of being wanting to have a one-night stand or to have a sexual encounter before marriage, or if you have the feeling of wanting to be watching pornography, to recognize that feeling and saying, no, thank you. I'd rather choose God because I want to live a blessed life. I want to honor God and I want to thank Him for my existence. And I want to become the best version of myself. I want to give the best version of myself to my family, to my kids, to my wife. I say no. I'm good. Because I know that if I act upon these pleasure, upon this feeling of pleasure, it's not going to be good afterwards. I'm not going to be feeling good afterwards. And most of the times, right after pornography, right after you're fucking done masturbating, right after you're done having that first sexual encounter, that one-night stand, why do you feel guilty? You ever thought about that? Why do you feel guilty? It's because God is trying to talk to you. God is trying to communicate with you what is the right path. Once He makes you experience the feeling of guilt, you must understand it and go towards the light. God will give you hints. It's up to you whether you follow them or not. You have to have God as your best friend, as your ally, because He's the one that's going to be healing you. He's the one that's going to be directing you to the financial success that you've been looking for. He's the one that's going to be guiding you towards an unlimited amount of energy, health, and a great life. A life where you're surrounded with people that truly understand the same values and are there to support you and help you. And this is exactly why I preach that having a daily routine where you focus on bettering yourself every single day. Right now it's 5 a.m. I'm about to go to the gym. And every single day, 6 days a week, we work out. Because we have to get in the habit that when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, you're going to do it. And if you tell yourself that you're going to be quitting pornography, that you're going to be quitting dating random people, then you can find momentum to greatness. And you can clear out the distractions that are taking you away from becoming the best version of you. And most importantly, if you're somebody that's been dealing with a chronic illness and you're not able to heal from a chronic illness, and every single therapy does not work, you got to give God a shot, because God is the one that's going to be guiding you towards the right path to healing. That's how I was able to heal. After dropping almost $200,000, I was able to literally heal from an illness that every doctor has given up on. Doctors had no clue what was wrong with me. They kept sending me out to their friends' doctors to see what was wrong with me. They didn't even know how to heal me. And that's the thing. You might have a chronic illness that might be caused by an infection or a pathogen or anything. But the cause now has very little meaning, because what are we doing about it? What are you doing about your illness right now? Show me your daily habits. Show me what you do every day. And you're going to say, oh, I'm so sick, I can't even move. Well, do you have faith? Because when you have God aside of you, when you're running with God, it's a different type of path. There's no fear. If you cannot get out of bed, now you will be able to get out of bed because you have no fear. Running with God, you're going to be able to get out of bed because you have no fear. No fear of falling. Because if you fall, He's got your back. And He's not going to let you down. He's going to give you all the strength that you don't have. But you must seek for Him, and you must be guided, so He can make the path where you're going to be protected. You're going to be blessed. Thank you guys for watching. I'm here for you every single day. I'm here to show you that you can show up even though you're in pain. Even if you're suffering with the worst headache, migraine. Even if you're suffering with the worst debilitating symptoms. I'm here to tell you that God will give you the strength. You just got to give all your faith to Him and take action. That your daily habits, what you do every day, it's what makes up for your health. Thank you for watching. Let's go!